It's the album that changed everything, Metallica's Black Album. In Cause and Effect, Metallica, author Chris Aiken takes you back to the lead-up, the release, and the shockwaves that followed. Relive the moment that divided fans, reshaped heavy metal, and turned commercial radio on its ear. With insider stories and personal memories from rock critic and radio personality Chris Aiken, this book is a backstage pass to one of rock's most iconic moments. Get your copy now at chrisaiken.net or on Amazon. Don't miss out on this epic journey through heavy metal history.
Hey y'all, what's up? This is Chris Robertson from Blackstone Cherry, and you're watching CMS TV.
So then I'm also interested to see what happens if the worst event happens and Kamala wins. Like if the other side revolts or if they just sit on their ass and do nothing again. And I'm interested to see how communist we actually get.
Well, the big one, first of all, everybody will do nothing until she comes for the guns. When the guns are on the table, that's when you're going to get blood in the streets. That's when it's going to happen. Gun owners are not giving up their guns. They're not doing it. And I say that as a gun owner. I know what I would do, and it sure as fuck wouldn't be like, well, here, give me a fucking Amazon card. Fuck you. I am not going to be a slave.
I could use an Amazon card, but I don't know.
The only thing that I would do different between that is I would definitely put together I've got a crossbow here that's still in the box. I would definitely get that put together in case they come and forcibly take my guns.
Okay, now here I guess would be a good question. Now, what would your advice be?
To what?
You know that I've been,
Go ahead.
You know that I've been looking into arming myself and my family for, a few months now. I've talked about it and I've thought about it longer than that. Especially now, would it be a good idea to go get something now before they stop people from selling guns?
Yes. And I'll tell you why.
Do you think they're going to stop selling all guns, or are you going to stop selling just the...
Well, they're going to try and stage them out. They're going to try and stage them out and take them from people. The real issue is that'll be held up in court for years and years. The real issue is once they announce it, if she becomes the fucking president, once they announce it, a $500 gun today will cost $2,000.
Well, that was my other question. If I wait and then she gets into office, then I'm looking at the prices are just going to be jacked through the roof.
That's the point.
Either the government will try to raise or tax the shit out of them so they cost too much for people to buy, or there's going to be such a run on them that stores are going to jack up the prices.
There's already a run on them from this stupid cunt saying what she said 2 weeks ago or whatever. Dude, go out to a gun site and try and buy a pistol. It is hard. There's a lot of sold outs anywhere that you look at guns. Yeah, guns are getting to be hard to purchase because people are worried about them trying to shut it down.
Because I've been holding off as long as humanly possible because I know that the family seems a little bit nervous about having one around the house, and I've been told that what if I get depressed and decide to blow my brains out? Well, I can kill myself no matter what I want to do.
Yeah.
But I think that arming myself with a gun would probably be a good idea before you can't.
Well, and especially for you, and again, I'm not trying to dictate anything to you, but I would think you having a pistol for the streets of Cleveland when you're down there would be fucking not crazy talk.
Well, even for the house, man. You got to
yeah, certainly for the house, but I'm talking about when you got to walk through the parking lot or the parking garage or whatever to get into True Blue. With the state of Cleveland these days, you should have some way, and they see you with the one leg, you should absolutely have something on your hip that says, "Don't come too close, motherfucker."
Well, that's the problem, is the one leg thing is really kind of getting to the point where, look, and maybe I'm overreacting, but I think that I'm not. When people see me now with the one leg, I'm an easy target.
Yeah.
And so they could even follow me home from a store or something like that because they know this guy's an easy target.
But we are an open carry state now. So if you literally had a weapon on your hip, they're going to think twice about that. One, they're going to be scared of you. Two, they're going to think not worth the hassle of potentially rolling you. They're going to look at you and see a pistol on your hip and be like, I'll just roll the next old lady behind me. That's what they'll do.
Right. Now, not guns, ammo going to go through the roof.
He's not wrong.
Open carry, though, I need a license for that.
No, you don't. No, it's open carry. You do not need a license for that. I could walk down the street today. I don't have any license. I could walk down the street today with my Mossberg. I could go down the streets with that, carrying it. Can't point it at anybody, but...
Same thing with a pistol. I can just get a pistol,
absolutely.
stick it on the hip.
Put it on your hip.
But I don't need a gun license anymore?
No, absolutely not. Doesn't hurt to go and get a certificate of, that you're trained to use it. That way, if you do end up shooting somebody, it doesn't look like you went off all half-cocked, but, Well, but look at, dude, here's the streets. I don't know if this is the streets of Cleveland. I don't think it is, but here's the streets today. This is the streets today. Watch this. Here we go. We're just taking a walk. Boom. What the hell? No reason, guy just walked up and knocked her the fuck out.
But the problem is that if you're that guy in the blue shirt right there and you whip out your pistol and shoot him, you're going to go to jail.
But you could whip out the pistol to stop him from coming back at you. I'm not saying that you're going to stop that from happening, but I'm saying this guy that felt that he was bold enough to do that might also feel like he's bold enough to say, now give me your fucking money. And then you pull your pistol on him and say, hey, beat it. What's my opinion of what? The Burma launcher for Seth?
What the hell is a Burma launcher?
I don't know. I don't know what that is. Quite honestly, maybe I should. I don't know. Byrna. Let me see what it is. I might know it by another name or something.
This would be fun. Let's do a remote at a gun range.
Oh. I'd be all for that.
All right, Rick. Now you're just fucking around. Talking about sticking me in my wheelchair and then test the recoil on how far I roll back.
I don't think you can sit in there. I think you got to stand in there because I think the shelf is too high. But you got to shoot over. I mean, I don't see.
What's the thermal launcher?
It's like a fake gun. It's like a pellet gun.
Because I've seen some like at my local tractor store around here.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like their pellet guns, but they look like, I mean, there's no orange tips on those things. Yeah, I mean, that looks like a real gun, dude.
Yeah, it looks like a real gun.
But the problem is that it's not going to stop anybody from hurting me.
Oh, I'd imagine these things hurt.
Okay, well, I'm not good enough to aim for the eye and shoot their eye out. I mean, like, I shoot them in the chest or something like that.
I'd imagine it's got the same. And again, I don't know. I've never used one of these, but I'd imagine that this thing hits you like a beanbag would, like when the cops use the beanbag guns, and those things, they knock you the fuck down.
What does that go for?
That is $500.
$500.
$479. That's why I'd say $479. Get a real one.
I saw a cheaper real one at this gun store.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now you're talking, Rick. Get a judge. Now you're talking.
Yeah, but aren't they going to like fall over? I mean, recoil on that, right? I'm going to just break a
Yeah, I have a judge. It doesn't knock me over.
Okay. You're an
It's not a big gun.
shooter.
It's a small gun.
But it packs a kick, I'm assuming.
Depends on what you put in it. A tourist judge can shoot either what is it, 410s or shotgun rounds. You put the shotgun rounds in it, it might knock you back a little bit, but yeah, let me see. Where's mine? I think mine is like this one here. Yeah. Oh, what is this? Mine looks like this. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have. And it's $563. $100 more roughly. Not 45s, 44s on mine, Rick. Mine shoots 44s.
But see, I saw the one I looked at was just I can't remember the name of it. Smith and Wesson.
Yeah.
And it shot, I don't know what it shot, but it was smaller and it was like $300 out the door.
Probably shot 22s.
Yeah, it was 22.
Yeah, well, you know what? You can live through a 22 shot.
Okay, well, I'm not aiming because I want to murder people. I'm aiming because I want to stop them from coming after me.
If somebody's trying to kill you, you absolutely want to take them down. If they're coming after you, you don't want to leave them a chance to keep shooting at you because they got an extended bug bite from your fucking 22.
But see, that's what I'm trying to figure out, though, is that, like, what's going to happen if Kamala takes over? Is this something that I should start preparing for now and get something?
Well, like I said, I have a crossbow here as well. Like a legitimate crossbow.
But I'm not going to... Look, let's say I'm laying in bed.
Yeah.
And at my house, my bedroom faces the outdoors, faces woods.
Sure.
And it has, like, French doors to get in from outside into the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody comes through down those woods. I'm not going to see him. And they go through those doors.
Right.
I need to get up quick and just fire off a round. I can't get up and get a crossbow and start pulling back and hope for the best.
Kept it loaded and ready. You could.
But
again, that's why I have this judge. I have a judge that's loaded with Kevlar cutters. Somebody comes in my door, I'm spraying them all over the living room. That's what I'm gonna do.
Now, I mean, do you keep your guns close to like where you sleep, or I mean, how do you?
Well, I have one that's right next to me. I have this one that's right here all the time. It's next to me.
Yeah, but you don't sleep with that thing.
No, not with that one. I have the one like that I have that's like on the screen. I keep next to me, and even when I'm working, like in different areas in my house or whatever, I keep it with me. And when I get in the car and go places, I keep it with me.
Some people would say that's being paranoid, and that
Fine.
or is that just being prepared?
It's paranoid until you need it. Then what is it?
All right. Then I worry about myself. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a murderer, but I do have a habit of like honking my horn and getting mad at people who go around me and stuff. And I don't want to, like, all right, you're going to go around me and I whip it out just to like intimidate people. I mean, that's a crime, right?
That's a crime, but you can't. You gotta. If you can't depend on yourself to be a sensible gun owner, then you shouldn't own a gun.
Well, I think I could. I don't think I'm a crazy person.
And that's what it really comes down to, is like as an example, I've had many a party over here at this house, and had people, just roaming the house randomly. But anytime I have a party, the first thing that I do is I take the gun and I take all the bullets and I separate them, so that I unload the guns and I put the bullets somewhere that's not even close to the gun, so that because I don't trust anybody else, nor quite honestly do I trust myself if I'm drinking for 14 hours. I've been known to throw a punch or two, so the last thing I need to do is get fucked up and grab my gun and shoot somebody. So I take steps ahead of time to, be a responsible gun owner. But when it comes down to home protection, I mean, I definitely keep my guns loaded and ready to go. I definitely have buzzwords for my kid that, if I yell a buzzword in the hallway, he knows to fucking hit the floor because a bullet's coming. So that he'll hit, if somebody's grabbing him or something, he'll know to hit the floor and I'll shoot him. I'll shoot whoever's still standing.
This might be accurate. Seth will get in a Facebook argument and shoot his computer.
So then you might not be able to have one.
No, it'll stop me from arguing on Facebook. See,
Yeah, because you won't have a computer.
It's a deterrent in many ways, Chris. That's what it comes down to.
Look, the bottom line, and this is the real bottom line to being a gun owner. Most gun owners, I don't want to say all, because there are some that are just fucking stupid, but 99% of the gun owners are law-abiding people anyway. It's just a deterrent. It's a fail-safe way to protect yourself. I don't know. I know you don't know much about the BTK killer.
Yeah.
But it's if the Otero family would have had a gun, they don't get tied up and have their kids murdered in front of them and raped in front of them before they get killed. Because the father would have had a gun and shot him.
I'm on board with defending my family. That's what I wanted. And I think I would be a responsible person. One, I don't drink.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not going to sit around here waving it around while I'm downing some beers.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's the biggest fear that anybody has as a gun owner. And anybody in the chat room, if you feel like I'm wrong when I say this, please tell me. The biggest fear any legitimate gun owner has is shooting somebody by accident. That is the single biggest fear that any of us have. Nobody has a fear of shooting a bad guy. We all have a fear of accidentally shooting a family member or shooting anybody. In the end, like for me with my guns, my honest to God 1,000% hope is that I die without ever pulling a trigger at somebody. I had to do that in the military. I don't want to do that again. I don't ever want to I do not want to shoot at somebody again, ever. And, I hope that it comes to be that way. That being said, I see the world that we live in, and that may not be an option. I may have to defend my family or myself or my property or, whatever. I might have to. And my rule is always the same as it should be for everybody. You protect yourself first, your family second, everybody else after. You don't leave yourself unprotected. You just don't.
And I think about a lot of different scenarios that could happen, and which makes me want to get one. And then I think about a lot of scenarios, and I sit there and go, all right, but I know that I'm mentally stable enough to have one. I know that I wouldn't just fling it around and start shooting things around the house. But I just wonder, like, do I really think I need one? But then again, when you say that you don't really need one is when you're going to actually need one.
I mean, that's
the
always
second
the
that I
thing.
say that, what am I getting a gun for? I'm never going to get carjacked. Nobody's breaking into this house. That's when somebody's going to break into the house. I'm not going to be prepared.
Yeah, I'm sure every person that's ever been carjacked said the same exact things.
So, I don't know. I think it might be
I'll answer this. Mine shoots 44s, not 45s, Habu. And the 44s, if you hold it one-handed and try to be a gangster rapper, yeah, you'll fuck up your elbow something fierce because it will yank your arm back with one hand. I mean, you really do gotta kind of plant your feet and position correctly to shoot it, or it does have some kick. The 410, yeah, that thing's got some serious kick in it. You know, it does have some kick in it. But that's the goal. I mean, it's got Kevlar cutters. It's made to go through a tank.
It might be time. I said that the last time, but I don't know why I didn't get one the last time.
Yeah. My girlfriend gets in my car. Yeah.
I got in a car with a guy. That sounds like a sex story. No, I got in a car with a friend, and I was going to grab something, and he said, "Don't go in the glove box." I was like, "What the hell are you keeping here?" And he was like, "There's a gun in there." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Just don't stay out of there. Is that illegal to put in your glove box though? I think you had to have it like open, so like if you got pulled.
I
over,
don't put it in my glove box. I don't keep it in my glove box.
I thought you had to have. Do you have to have it open so a cop can see it if he pulls you over?
And if you get pulled over, the first thing you have to do is tell them. If you get pulled over, the first thing you have to say is, "I've got a loaded blah 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 right here. It's right here," and they might make you get out the car while they get it. They probably will. You know, they'll probably detain you. Maybe. You know, they may pull you out of the car and say, you know, stand here while we take the weapon into our possession while we talk to you.
I got to find out what the legality is, though, as far as just having one like that.
Well, I'm telling you, the legality is you're absolutely allowed to have it. You just have to play the game if you get stopped. You know, and God forbid you're drunk, because if you're drunk, you are getting that. You are getting jail time on that. If you are drunk and have a weapon in the car, that's a problem. Or now these days, stoned.
If I'm just sober, and I get pulled over for speeding or whatever, and there's a gun in the car, and I say, "Sir, I got a loaded 45 on my hip," or whatever it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can't, but I have no gun license. I have nothing.
There's no license to have. Ohio does not require a license.
All right. Because I knew everybody that went and got licenses. I didn't know that
that was for concealed carry back when we had concealed carry.
Oh.
When we had concealed carry, you had to get a concealed carry permit.
Gotcha.
But now you don't because you're allowed to carry anywhere.
Well, because I remember I went to a gun show once with a guy, and he bought me this sawed-off shotgun, right?
Okay.
And
illegal, but okay.
We bought me like a regular shotgun then too, and I took him out, and I was like, "Don't I have to like fill out a whole bunch of paperwork for this?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Oh, all right." I didn't have to do anything. There was no background check. There was nothing. I walked out with like $500
and shotguns. And just,
sure. No, I get it. I mean, and dude, look. I don't want it to make it sound like it's not a big step to arm yourself. It is. It should be a big step to arm yourself. It should absolutely be. It shouldn't be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to buy a new pair of shoes today. It should be a life-changing decision because it's that kind of important.
I don't know, man. I know guys that advertised on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Buying guns is like buying gum.
But the first one, I'll bet you still was met with, am I responsible enough to own it?
Yeah, this guy's got an arsenal.
Dude, my guy Neely that I do CMS with, I think he has 16 guns. He has a ton of them, and he still buys them. He buys them all the time. He's got every flavor you can think of.
He said to me once he goes, I was telling my 10-year-old the other day, 10-year-old girl, don't aim at anything you don't want to kill.
Yes.
It's like, all right, thank you.
But again, that's and like I said before, though, that is the goal. The goal is to have it in case, but never use it. The goal is not to shoot somebody. As much as I joke around about it a little bit, the real goal is to have your kids inherited an unfired gun, except on a range.
Yeah, I guess.
That is the goal. And, so far, so good, man. For me, anyway.
Well, that's good. Going back to the original thing, I am curious to see what happens when this election is over. And that's why I'm considering arming myself. That's why I'm considering a lot of different things. Because I don't know the way this country is going to shape up. Whether it's Kamala taking the guns away, whether it's the right going to the streets finally and doing something, or whether it's the left who may go to the streets and riot because Trump wins. And if they go to the streets and riot because Trump wins and they come to neighborhoods like mine, I want to be prepared.
Yeah. Can't just sit in your house and hope they don't hit it.
Well, that's it. And if there is a good chance that he's going to win, look, you're right. The right doesn't riot. The right doesn't go out there into the streets. They went to make a political statement on January 6th, and there were, one, bad actors that were in there, and two, the police letting them in, and three, the only people that died was a woman who was a Trump supporter. So it's not an insurrection when there's no guns involved. And by the way, the cops were the only ones with the guns. So you fools who think January 6th was an insurrection are wrong. But the right doesn't do that kind of stuff where they go to the streets, burn down buildings, light businesses on fire, throw rocks at cops and all that kind of stuff. They don't do that.
Right. I agree with Habu there.
All right. But so my concern is that if Trump does win, that there's going to be riots in the streets and they're going to take to the neighborhoods that are mainly Trump supporters. I mean, I know generally they like to burn down their own neighborhoods.
Yeah.
The left does. But when they start coming here, I need to be prepared. And I'm not making any statements about race, gender, sexuality, or anything. I'm saying people that don't like Trump will take to the streets, and I need to be prepared if they come to this house.
Just put a Kamala fucking sign out in your front yard. Everybody will leave it alone.
Yes. But then I won't want to move in. I won't want to come back to my house.
At least it'll still be there and not burned down.
I can't live in a house with a Kamala sign out front.
Yeah, as long as you know, again, it's a prop.
Might as well put a Nazi sign out there. But anyways, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I enjoyed the conversation tonight. I want to thank everybody for listening tonight. Thank you, Chris, for
waking
coming to the
up.
show. I know you were tired, so thanks for waking up. I appreciate that. Wednesday,
I got rolling.
Wednesday we'll probably have Tony Massacho, and don't forget to sign up for Minds. We're getting a little following there on Minds.
Yeah, slowly but surely. I know. I post over there a couple times a week. I try to post something, even if it's just a meme that's just really disrespectful to Kamala.
All right,
I put it behind the paywall so the people that are on Minds.
minds.com, Seth Williams Show, right?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So sign up, $5 a month, not bad.
No.
And God willing, we'll talk to you on Wednesday when we have a whole new show for you.
There we go. We'll be back.
Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you.
See ya.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Tripp, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, takes a stand against the tides. He defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown. Prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand against the tides. He defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand against the tides. He defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air.
It's the album that changed everything, Metallica's Black Album. In Cause and Effect, Metallica, author Chris Aiken takes you back to the lead-up, the release, and the shockwaves that followed. Relive the moment that divided fans, reshaped heavy metal, and turned commercial radio on its ear. With insider stories and personal memories from rock critic and radio personality Chris Aiken, this book is a backstage pass to one of rock's most iconic moments. Get your copy now at chrisaiken.net or on Amazon. Don't miss out on this epic journey through heavy metal history.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Trip, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true, chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand against the tides. He defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown. Prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand against the tides. He defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. to the mountain high. Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air.
All rise. The gavel is struck, and for a limited time, the Classic Metal Show is unleashing a rare collection of Judge Aiken merchandise. If you stand with the bold rulings of your favorite metal judge, now is your chance to show it off. From water bottles to t-shirts, these exclusive items won't last long. Get to cmsstore.cmspn.com and claim your Judge Aiken gear before the court is out of session. Court is adjourned. Attention, metalheads! Want to rep the Classic Metal Show everywhere you go? Head to the CMS store and grab some killer swag. Whether it's coffee cups, t-shirts, wall art, or even phone cases, we've got you covered with all things CMS, featuring our iconic logo and badass mascot Rex. Don't miss out. Visit cmsstore.cmspn.com today. Support the show, show off your style, and rock on with the Classic Metal Show.